Election of the Vice President is scheduled for the 17th of March. Apex Election Authority of the country, the Election Commission, has prohibited campaigning for the election from midnight tonight. Good evening, I'm Sarah Chitrakar and these are the headlines of the hour. Nepal established as an investment-friendly country, says Prime Minister Dahal. One-door service to be made more efficient to erase complications for foreign investors. Only around 50% works of Nobise-Nagdhunga tunnelway completed in the period of 3 years. Project affected by challenges related to compensations extended by 14 months. North Korea fires 2 short-range ballistic missiles into waters off its east coast. Second show of strength this week as South Korea and United States conduct biggest military exercises in years. And the All Nepal Football Association introduces the new head coach of men's national football team, building the squad a major challenge for the new head coach. Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal has said that Nepal has been established as an investment-friendly country. Addressing a program organized by the Confederation of Nepali Industries and the China Council for the Promotion of International Trade, CCPIT, in Kathmandu today, Prime Minister Dahal said that a conducive environment for investment was being created in Nepal because of ease in access to human resources, revised labor laws, and improved industrial relations. Informing about the one-point service to erase the complications previously faced by foreign investors, Prime Minister Dahal also assured of enhancing the service in days ahead. Prime Minister Dahal also informed the program about Nepal's legal provision for complete repatriations of profit generated by foreign investors and further added that domestic and foreign investors would be treated equally. Also addressing the program, CCPIT Deputy Chairperson Zhang Xiaogang said that China has provided tax subsidies in 98% of goods exported from Nepal. Saying that they had helped in increasing Nepal's exports, Xiaogang added that more Chinese tourists could visit Nepal and that would help expand Nepal's economy. The Election Commission has prohibited campaigning for the election of the Vice President slated for the 17th of March from midnight tonight. The prohibition comes into effect from 48 hours before the day of voting, which is the midnight tonight. According to spokesperson of the Election Commission, Shaligram Sharma Paudel, the prohibition period is to be implemented to ensure a free, fair, unbiased and transparent environment for the election. During this period, the candidates are barred from holding any kind of discussions, interactions, assemblies, conferences and seminars, among other programs. The Election Commission has also clarified that the candidates cannot use electronic mediums such as SMS, social media platforms and media for their promotions and appeal for votes. CPNUML has fielded Ashta Lakshmi Shakya, Janata Samajwadi Party has put forward Ram Sahaya Yadav, while Mamata Jha is the candidate of Janamat Party for the election of the Vice President. Pramila Yadav of Janata Samajwadi Party had withdrawn her candidacy to support Ram Sahaya Yadav. Of the 7 arrested for money laundering, 6 including Prithvi Bahadur Shah and his brother Bijay Bikram have been sent to judicial custody. According to the Central Investigation Bureau of Nepal Police, of those arrested, Binita Tamang has been released at a bail of 50,000 rupees. According to the CIB, additional investigations are underway. A case was filed by the District Government Attorney Office on the basis of the investigation report of the CIB. Deadline of the Nobise-Nagdhunga tunnelway has been extended as not even 50% of works have been completed despite the nearing deadline as agreed in the construction agreement. Construction works of the tunnel had begun between mid-October and November 2019 with the objective of completion of the project between mid-June and July of 2023. However, as works remain to conclude, the deadline has been extended until the 24th of April 2024. The physical progress of the project has reached only 50.15% in 3 years. The main tunnel measures 2.668 kilometers in length, while only 76.3% of the tunnel has been completed so far. According to the project, 3 underpasses, 4 box culverts, 1 overpass and 3 bridges have been constructed so far, while complications related to compensations are yet to be resolved. The government, which has failed to ensure a timely supply of chemical fertilizers to the farmers, has drastically increased price. Chemical fertilizers have gone dearer immediately after the government curbed the subsidies. Price of urea, which is the most used fertilizer by the farmers, has increased twofolds. Urea was previously available at 14 rupees per kilogram but now cost 25 rupees. Following the reduction of the subsidy, DAP cost 50 rupees while potassium will be available at 40 rupees per kilogram. Prior to this, DAP was available at 43 rupees while potassium was available at 31 rupees. The government has reduced subsidies as despite billions of expenditure in procurement of fertilizers, agricultural production had failed to meet the expectations. Yesterday's meeting of the Fertilizers Supply and Distribution Management Committee had decided to reduce the subsidies on chemical fertilizers by 11.8%. Agriculture experts have said that this decision will further reduce production and increase dependency on imports. Despite the requirement of 520,000 metric tons of chemical fertilizers in Nepal, only 331,500 metric tons have been procured with the released 31 billion rupees. According to the government, 38.5 billion rupees will be spent this year for chemical fertilizer. Time now for our segment, Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
Here's the question. What do you term the reduction in subsidies of chemical fertilizers? Your options are A. Unfair to the farmers, B. Contrasting practice to promises, and C. To curb financial burden. Voting is on. Tap NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Members of the Rana Tharu community who are permanent residents of Kanchanpur and Kailali districts are celebrating the Kakadehera Festival today with much fanfare. Kakadehera, which is celebrated to conclude the Hori festival, is the main festival of the Rana Tharu community. The community celebrates the festival with the belief that the celebration safeguards the society from diseases and pandemics and also gets rid of bad elements. On the occasion of Kakadehera Festival, the Sudur Pashchim province government has declared a holiday in Kanchanpur and Kailali districts today. Fakfokthum rural municipality in western Ilam, which remains disconnected with the road network during the monsoon season, does not usually witness the presence of anyone except the local villagers. However, 1,100 guests reached Amchok, the center of the rural municipality, on Monday because of the president running Shield tournament. Local hotel operator Dhan Bahadur Thapa is busy serving at his hotel. Thapa, who operates a small hotel, is preparing food for 150 individuals and has arranged accommodation for 50. However, this is not how a regular business day goes by for Thapa. Each house of Amchok, the center of the rural municipality 70 kilometers east of the headquarters, is now hosting 5 to 50 visitors. Considered behind in terms of development, Fakfokthum rural municipality is drawing the attention of stakeholders through sports. Name of the tournament, which was focused on the headquarters, was changed from Birendra Shield but was yet to reach the rural region. However, the tournament being held in Fakfokthum is being contested by more than 800 students of 10 local levels of the district. Students who have reached the rural municipality from far and wide have said that they have been meeting new experiences. Taking the tournament, which is considered significant in producing athletes to rural region, is a good initiative. However, it is imperative to make such tournaments previously limited to formalities but now supported by the local residents productive. Time now for international update. North Korea has fired 2 short-range ballistic missiles into waters off its east coast, its second show of strength this week as South Korea and the United States conduct their biggest military exercises in years. The missiles were fired in a window of about 10 minutes from 7:45 a.m. local time on Tuesday morning, South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said. Pyongyang's latest test is the second in 3 days and comes as the US and South Korea hold the Freedom Shield large-scale military exercises due to continue until March 23. It is the first time they have held such drills, which North Korea sees as a rehearsal for invasion since 2018. On Sunday evening, South Korea said it had detected the submarine launch, and a North Korean state media said the following day that it had tested what it called 2 submarine-launched strategic cruise missiles. Earlier this month, leader Kim Jong-un ordered the military to intensify drills to deter and respond to a real war if necessary. North Korea test-fired more than 70 missiles in 2022, including intercontinental ballistic missiles with the potential range to reach the US mainland and short-range nuclear-capable missiles that could target South Korea. The US and South Korea have said the Freedom Shield exercises focus on the changing security environment due to North Korea's redoubled aggression and will involve wartime procedures to repel potential North Korean attacks and conduct a stabilization campaign in North. The allies have stressed that the drills are a defensive one based on a combined operational plan. Analysts have said North Korea was likely to use the drills as an excuse to carry out more missile launches and perhaps even a nuclear test. California banking regulators on Friday closed SVB Bank Financial Group, the largest bank failure since the financial crisis, moving quickly to protect depositors as a crisis at the startup-focused lender rippled through global markets and hit banking stocks. The regulator appointed the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation (FDIC) as a receiver, putting the tech-heavy lender into receivership and will dispose of its assets, according to a statement. Silicon Valley Bank is the first FDIC-insured institution to fail this year. The last FDIC-insured institution to close was Alameda State Bank, Alameda, Kansas, on October 23, 2020. The main office and all branches of Silicon Valley Bank will reopen on March 13, and all insured depositors will have full access to their insured deposits no later than Monday morning, according to the FDIC statement. Technology workers whose paychecks relied on the bank were worried about getting paid on Friday. An SVB bank in San Francisco showed a scotch-taped note telling clients to call a toll-free telephone number. SVB, which does business as Silicon Valley Bank, was not immediately available for comment. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen told lawmakers on Capitol Hill Friday the department was aware of recent developments and was monitoring the situation, calling it a matter of concern when banks experience losses. The FDIC said it would seek to sell SVB's assets and that future dividend payments may be made to uninsured depositors. Ukrainian authorities on Tuesday said 1 civilian was killed and 3 wounded in a Russian missile strike on the eastern city of Kramatorsk. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky posted a video in the Telegram messaging app, adding that 6 residential blocks were damaged. Video showed rescuers carrying a body on a stretcher down a ladder from a badly damaged residential building before taking it away in an ambulance. Balconies of one section of the residential building were destroyed and many windows blown out. The strike came as Zelensky said earlier that Ukraine's future hinges on the outcome of battles in the east, including in and around Bakhmut. Bakhmut has become the focus of Russia's invasion, with the months-long fight becoming Europe's bloodiest infantry battle since World War II. Lahore in Pakistan jumped more than 10 places to become the city with the worst air in the world in 2022, according to an annual global survey by a Swiss maker of air purifiers. The report published on Tuesday by IQ Air also said that Chad in Central Africa had replaced Bangladesh as the country with the most polluted air last year. IQ Air measures air quality levels based on the concentration of lung-damaging airborne particles known as PM 2.5. Its annual survey is widely cited by researchers and government organizations. Lahore's air quality worsened to 97.4 micrograms of PM 2.5 particles per cubic meter from 86.5 in 2021, making it the most polluted city globally. Hotan, the only Chinese city in the top 20, followed Lahore with PM 2.5 levels of 94.3, an improvement from 101.5 in 2021. The next two cities in the rankings were Bhiwadi on Delhi's outskirts in India that had pollution levels at 92.7, and Delhi followed close behind at 92.6. The WHO recommends a maximum PM 2.5 concentration of 5 micrograms per cubic meter. The report said India and Pakistan experienced the worst air quality in the Central and South Asian region, where nearly 60% of the population lives in areas where the concentration of PM 2.5 particles is at least 7 times higher than WHO's recommended levels. It said 1 in 10 people globally were living in an area where air pollution poses a threat to health. The index was prepared using data from more than 30,000 air quality monitors in more than 7,300 locations in 131 countries, territories and regions.
Sports news.
The All Nepal Football Association ANFA has introduced the new head coach of Nepal men's national football team, Vincenzo Alberto Anis, organizing a program today. The national football governing body has introduced the new head coach. Prior to this, ANFA had appointed Vincenzo as the head coach 2 days before the beginning of the ongoing season of the Martyrs Memorial A Division League on the 1st of February. Addressing the program, new Nepal head coach Vincenzo said that the role of the head coach of Nepal was a significant responsibility but challenging at the same time. The Italian coach added that it was his dream to work in Nepal and was familiar with the Nepali team for the past 3 years. He went on to add that his main goal is to ensure as many wins for Nepal as possible. Team Nepal are to play the Three Nations Cup involving Laos and Bhutan between March 22 and 31 under head coach Vincenzo. Football experts are of the opinion that it will be difficult for Vincenzo to build the national team as more than 40 experienced players have left the country in recent time. Prior to this, Vincenzo had coached India's ISL side, Northeast United and Gokulam, Kerala. Vincenzo had earlier worked with the national team of Belize and has the experience of coaching in 9 different countries. Asia Lions, which includes former Nepal captain Paras Khadka, have secured their 2nd successive win at the Legends League cricket tournament as they saw off world giants by 35 runs. The match played at the West End Park in Doha was delayed because of wet outfield and was reduced to 10 overs each innings. After putting to bat, Misbah ul Haq scored a quick-fire 44 runs from 19 balls with 4 fours and 3 sixes for Asia. Tilak Ratne Dilshan remained unbeaten at 32 runs, while Thisara Pereira added 10 runs as Asia posted 99 runs for the loss of 3 wickets in 10 overs. In reply, the world giants were restricted to only 64 runs for the loss of 5 wickets in their 10 overs. Lendl Simmons and Chris Gale provided a solid start as they added 40 runs for the first wicket partnership. However, the following batters could not give continuity to the momentum. Simmons scored 14 runs, while Gale contributed 23 for the world giants, while Shahid Afridi and Abdur Razak shared 2 wickets each for Asia Lions. That's all for the moment. Our next English bulletin will be at 10:30 tonight. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.